For the past 5 months, I've become addicted to watching movies. And it all started because of this video that I don't remember the title of or who made it, and the YouTube history search function, well, never does function. Essentially, the video was saying that we should watch a movie every day because it's better for a short attention span brain. Basically, you gain more from watching a 2-hour-long movie than consuming over 100 reels or TikToks. And I don't think my attention span is that low, and I don't engage with short-form content a lot, although even long-form YouTube videos are designed for short attention span nowadays. However, I still thought I could benefit from this, so the video inspired me to do what it said: watch a movie every day. So I did. For a week. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped. I guess I just went back to my old ways. However, I'm back. Back in June 2025, I remembered that I was doing this thing, so I thought I should just get back to it. And while I did that, I decided to check out Letterboxd, since I had heard about it for a while, but I never looked into it until now. It was also around this time that I decided to watch every Disney animation movie, since I hadn't seen a large amount of them. And for those of you who are curious, I'm currently at Tangle. Since then, I've seen 105 movies as of November 14th. So, what do I gain from this? Well, like I mentioned, it allows my brain to slow down and focus on one thing instead of looking for the next YouTube video to watch before I even finish the one that I'm currently watching. I also feel like I have a greater appreciation for movies because when I first did this a year ago, I didn't pick movies the same way I always did. Instead of looking for the next greatest movie that was guaranteed a good time, I picked movies based on the poster. It didn't matter if the movie was good or bad, I just picked whatever stood out to me. I think watching bad movies has made me appreciate good movies more. And not just that, but I think consuming more bad media or mediocre stuff can help people who are looking to do creative work, such as filmmaking, better understand what makes something bad and what makes something good. Aside from that, there's a lot to learn from watching movies, especially older ones. I love seeing the evolution of cinema and just seeing how far it's come. For instance, the old Universal monster films from way back in the 30s are by no means close to modern standards, but they still have great stories to tell. And they do a decent job telling those stories. A few weeks ago, I rewatched Frankenstein, and it was even better than I remember it being. Which, by the way, I loved it the first time. On a deeper level, some movies can change the way you see the world, and even change your life. This might sound like I'm exaggerating, but movies truly have that power. For instance, I know someone who was greatly impacted by the latest Superman movie, and it was really cool to see. Now, of course, not every movie is going to be life-changing, but every movie has a message the filmmakers wanted you to interpret. And whether you interpret that message or not, movies help shape our interest in who we are. Because of all that, I don't feel like I've wasted my time when I watch a movie. I don't feel awful like I do when I sit through short-form content for a while. I'm not trying to say that short-form content is bad. In fact, I think that sometimes short-form works better for an idea than making a full-length video about that idea. I also recognize that there are many, many talented creators doing short-form content. However, I do find watching movies to be a more valuable use of my time. Hello, different angle. I recorded so you don't have to. Now, I will shout out 5 movies that I've seen over the past 5 months, so maybe you can get started with these movies, or if you don't know what to watch, then feel free to watch any of these movies. These are going to be movies that I either loved or I just, for whatever reason, found interesting to just put in this video. I also want to avoid shouting out movies that are already beloved, because I would like to put the spotlight on movies that not a lot of people know about. Now, not every movie is going to be like that, because the first movie is Dumbo. Dumbo is a movie that took me by surprise because I was just expecting it to be boring in every way. but I was pleasantly surprised by how charming it was, and I really did enjoy it. It turned out to be probably, it's up there with my favorite Disney movies so far. I highly recommend people watch it. It's very short. I don't think it's even an hour, or maybe it is an hour, but it's like an hour and 10 minutes or so. So there you go, Dumbo. Movie number 2 is, by the way, these aren't in any particular order, but movie number 2 is The Pianist, not The Pan. The Pianist is a movie that also surprised me because I guess I just wasn't expecting it to be about war. It was also a very heartbreaking movie considering that it's based on true events, but I also highly recommend watching this movie. I mean, this is another popular movie, so maybe you've already seen it, but if you haven't, I recommend you do. Movie number 3 is Sound of Metal, and kind of like The Pianist, I went in this expecting it to be about heavy metal. Well, not The Pianist. The Pianist I expected to be about music, piano stuff, jazz maybe. Same with this one, I expected it to be about heavy metal because, well, the movie's called Sound of Metal. But it wasn't, and what it did offer did not disappoint either. I don't want to say much about this movie because I would like people to go in completely blind, or somewhat blind, I guess. Because it really was an interesting movie, and I can definitely recommend it. So go watch it. Sound of Metal. Movie number 4 is I Like Movies. That's the name of the movie. At first, I wasn't really feeling the movie because it kind of goes for a home movie kind of style. The movie's in 4:3, and I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling it. I don't know. I don't want to bash in the movie because it really is a great movie, and I really did enjoy it. But yeah, none of that mattered because 1, it grew on me, the style, and 2, the characters were also very engaging, and I think they were pretty well written, which is what matters to me because I'm more into character-driven stories than plot-driven or whatever the opposite may be. The movie's about a teenage kid who's going to college and he likes movies. But he's kind of an ass to everyone around him, and he just kind of acts like he's better than people. Like he knows more. Oh, you can't be a filmmaker because you're a girl. Like what do you know about movies? That's something they cover in the movie. I think this movie is pretty special because, well, it made me tear up, which is not something a lot of movies can do, and I think that's really important in movies. When I feel something watching a movie, that's when I know it's a good movie. And funnily enough, the movie mentions that. Go watch I Like Movies. It's a good movie. And finally, movie number 5 is Dee Dee. Dee Dee is, again, I go blind into all these movies, so I just wasn't expecting what this movie was going to be. I thought it was going to be more like a feel-good movie, and it's a coming-of-age movie that delivers a message that I feel is very important, especially for teenagers. The message is about learning how to be yourself and not trying to emulate other people to get them to like you, because that causes problems around you. It's a pretty good movie, and it has a sort of nostalgic vibe to it. I don't know if they really say, not sure, but I think the time is set around 2008. So, yeah, good movie. I would like to encourage all of you to start watching more movies. And I'm not saying watch a movie every day for the rest of your life. That's not what this is. And certainly not what I'm doing. I mean, I feel like that would be worse to go that route because it would ruin movies. It would make watching movies into a chore, which is not what I want. What I'm trying to say is you should watch more movies. Go watch that movie that you've been putting off for a while. That movie that you've heard so much about, but haven't seen it yet for whatever reason. That movie that your friend has been recommended to you. That's something I've been doing. I like to ask people around me, hey, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite anime? What's your favorite video game? Album? all that, and then I consume it so that I can talk to them about it. I feel like that's something they would appreciate. But anyway, that's not what that's not the point. To say I'm addicted to watching movies is a bit of an exaggeration, but I just find it so satisfying to find out what story a movie has to tell. I look at the poster and I just feel like, oh, I wonder what that's about. I wonder if it's good, if it's bad. I don't care. I'll watch it. And lately, I found myself chasing that feeling more and more. I could talk for movies for hours, but I don't want this movie to be hours long. Did I just say movie? I don't want this video to be hours long. So here I am telling you to watch a movie whenever you feel like doom scrolling. Goodbye.